Today we're going to be performing a skin testing analysis on our model Carrie. Carrie has cleansed the right side of her face with a liquid cleanser. It is pH balanced, water-based, and has ingredients in there that are going to gently exfoliate as well as increase vascular activity in a very gentle, non-aggressive way. I'd like us to look closely as we go through the skin testing analysis. Each step of the way, we're going to be looking to see, can we make any changes in the skin? What we're trying to determine is our client's skin appropriate for her age, or is she prematurely aging? So as we go through these steps, we're going to focus on areas, again, to see what changes can we make. Our model is 53 years old. Let's take a look closely here now. I want us to look underneath the eye. This is the side that we cleansed. Look underneath the eye compared to here. You will notice that this is a little brighter, which indicates we've increased that vascular activity. Usually dark circles indicate not enough circulation moving within the skin. We also, you can see here, there's some puffiness underneath the skin. We lessen that. Let's look at the color, the overall texture and color of the skin. You can see this has a brighter, a glow. And that's probably what most clients are concerned about when they come into our skin centers, that the skin doesn't look alive, it looks sluggish. What they're really referring to is that there's not enough blood flow, enough vascular activity moving within the skin. And many things can contribute to that. Sun damage, that affects the capillaries, low blood pressure, stress, circulation, medical issues, and a variety of other things. So again, let's focus in here. We have that glow beginning to come back, and that indicates blood flow. Let's look at the lines around the mouth. Here, compared to here, you can see that this is significantly lessened from the left side, which means this side here is premature aging. It's buildup on the skin, so it's making that natural line look deeper, look heavier. What can cause buildup? Usually it's due to the products that we use, and it could be over many years or just a few products. Let's look at the mouth. You're going to see it's a little fuller. The nostril is a little wider, and the cheekbone, again, it's raising. And I'm going to show you the profile because I think this is a great way to read skin, is to look at the profile of our client. So we're going to go to the left side, look at the clarity, look at the color, the line, the puffiness underneath that eye, around the mouth, and let's take it to the other side. You can see the blood flow, that vascular activity moving through. Let's look at the line is lessened, and really what I see a significant change in Carrie's skin is this cheekbone is higher. So she's getting that youthfulness back that was being lost just due to probably products and a little bit of sun damage and just life in itself, as well as hormonal changes. Next, we're going to go to the second step of our skin testing analysis, and that's going to be to see, can we get more blood flow? Blood is the key to everything we do. Blood is what heals, and blood is what nourishes. So I'm going to use a nutrients serum here, and the serum we're going to be looking for two things. Number one, more color, more pink in the skin, and two, any lifting within the skin. We're going to distribute this ever so lightly. And we're going to let it sit just a few seconds here, and let's take notice if any changes occur. And we'll bring it onto the neck area too. I also forgot to mention, if we even look from this side to this side of the neck, she cleansed from here up, you can see a difference where this is thinner, more pulled in. And that again is just lifting the buildup off. All right, so here we can see with this serum has peptides, bakuchiol, which is an excellent ingredient, plant-based derived, and what it does is it acts like retinol, but doesn't have the side effects. It also has niacin in here, and that's the key ingredient right now we're going to focus on, because niacin opens up the capillaries, and that's going to increase blood flow. So let's take a close look. You're going to see we have more lifting in the skin right around this cheekbone, more color. Underneath the eye is brighter. And let's closely look again here at the mouth. You can see how this line is significantly disappearing, and this is lifting up compared to here. Okay? Next, we're going to move on to, and so let me go back one moment. Again, we're taking this in steps to be able to see, can we make that difference each step of the way. Next, we're going to use a mask, a clay-based mask that has a mild amount of salicylic acid in there. It's at 0.02%, so it's not going to burn the skin, it's not going to dry the skin. We're going to gently see, can we remove any more buildup off of the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply, and then our client's going to sit for about 10 minutes. We'll remove it, and once again, we're going to compare the two sides. So we're going to take, and this is going to feel a little cold, Carrie. We're going to start in here. Normally when we're doing treatment, we will always start right above the heart in the décolleté area, but for testing purposes, we're going to bring it up behind the ear because we want to get some blood flow moving from the carotid artery there. That's going to bring that blood to the forehead. And we're gently going just to distribute this, bringing it up, nice and gentle. Now this is going to get tight. Again, I mentioned it has clay in there, so this is going to get tight. It's going to draw any impurities out. It's also going to remove in a very gentle, non-aggressive way, and that's the key, to exfoliate any dead cell buildup. So this would be under a cleansing step. Okay, we're not going to go directly underneath the eye with this particular treatment because of the clay. If it got underneath the eye, that's not something you need to be concerned with, but just because it's more drying, we're going to keep that away. Okay, let's just make sure we have it nice and even. I'm going to take it here. Make sure I didn't miss any spots. Get right above the lip. Underneath, nice and even, because we want it to dry even, and that's key. We want this mask to dry even so it can work effectively. All right, we're going to let it sit about 10 minutes. We're going to come back and see if we made any other changes. Okay, so Carrie has removed the clay mask, and you can see a significant difference between the two sides. We let that sit about 7-10 minutes until it was mainly dry, and then gently in the restroom she went and removed with a warm washcloth. Let's take a close look here now. A couple things. We're going to look at the color of the skin, and again, we're going to take this in sections. That is the very best way to analyze skin. Most people, both professionals in the industry and our clients, when they look in the mirror, they're not quite sure how to read the skin. We just kind of do a takeover. What I want you to do is I want you to take it in sections. So we're going to start with the forehead, and we're going to compare the two sides. We're going to look at the texture of the skin. We're going to look at any fine lines, the color of the skin. So let's go ahead and do that here. You can see it's lighter, less lines here. Even here, this little line she's concerned with, we've softened that. Let's go to this side. Okay. Now we're going to take it in the next section. We're going to take the eye area. Let's look underneath the eye. An incredible difference of blood flow. Look how we were able to brighten up underneath that eye and lift the eye. You can see the lifting taking place, that took place, just by removing dead cell buildup. What happens is when we have buildup on the skin, gravity goes down, so it drops. And then hormones, change. All of those type of things can contribute to premature aging, and that's the key word here. We're trying to determine, is this natural? Is the client's skin natural aging, because we all age, or is it premature aging? And what we can clearly see today is that there's a lot of premature aging taking place, which is a good thing that we can make those changes. It doesn't have to be that way. So again, we're going to focus back on the eye. Look how we brightened up underneath, how we lifted the eye. Let's go into the cheek area. Major lifting in here, where she here on this side is losing her cheekbone, and here we're bringing it back. The clarity of the skin, the texture of the skin. Look closely. Let's look again at the nostril. It's a little more flared compared to here, and that's what happens. It begins to add weight, and we begin to lose our the definition of those fine features that we have. Let's look at the mouth, the lines around the mouth. You can see it's almost gone. compared to here. Look at the aging in here that we have taking place compared to here. Just lifting that up. The lip is significantly fuller and higher, taking the weight, the dead cell buildup off. I want us to look here compared to here, and I want us to look in the neck. You can see all of this lifting taking place. Okay? Again, we are going to do the profile. We're going to take it this way and study the color of the skin, the lines, the pore structure underneath, the puffiness, all of this. And now let's take a look at the side we treated. Can you see the glow? And this is, again, is what we're talking about, the life of the skin coming through. Let's look here. And I don't know if you noticed on the other side, there were fine lines coming. We lessened that significantly here. The mouth, her bone structure, everything is forming. Let's go back. So what we focused on so far in our skin testing analysis is cleansing, which we did initially. Then we added this serum, which had properties that are going to increase blood flow. So we're increasing that vascular activity, which is going to heal the skin. It's also going to take waste away. And then we added the mask, which was a cleansing step, increasing vascular activity as well, and gently exfoliating. We're now going to add a moisture support, and we're going to finish up with a little more nourishing for the skin. We're going to take a water-based spray, herbal mist, combination of different herbal blends and water, and a refined oil, a combination of soy and vitamin E. We're going to mix, and this is going to be our moisturizer. We're going to gently distribute, and I want you to notice more pink in the skin. Everything that we're doing is gently bringing blood flow. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. And the shine will go away in a moment, but I want you to see the clarity of the skin, the life of the skin coming through. We topically duplicate what the body does internally. That's what holistic really is all about. Topically duplicating what the body does internally. And how do we hydrate internally? Through oil and water. So we're going to do the same thing on the top layer of skin. Next, we're going to do a little more nourishing. And what do I mean by that? We have here a cream loaded with antioxidants and niacin again, which is also an antioxidant. So we're going to increase that blood flow. We're going to lightly distribute it. We're going to look for a couple things. More pink in the skin. This particular cream that I'm using and the purpose for it, the antioxidants that it has in there is going to help heal that skin from underneath. Mangosteen, we have in there resveratrol, vitamin C, a variety of different antioxidant ingredients in a water-based pH-balanced cream. That is key as well, that pH balance be correct. So nothing is changing and we're keeping the organ where it needs to be. And the very last step, we're going to take a hyaluronic acid, a small amount, and we're going to hold that moisture in, plus we're going to help to plump that skin a little bit more. Hyaluronic, as we know, helps to retain moisture, but it also helps with skin tone, and you're going to see more blood flow again. And the very last step, although I said that was the last one, we're going to add just a tiny amount of vitamin E stick to the lips, which is a low wax, and take care of those lips as well. Okay, so here we have our skin analysis testing. At this point, we should be able to guide our client. After reading the skin, first of all, doing a consultation, an in-depth consultation, understanding our client's health, understanding their skin wellness goals. The second step is understanding what the client is using on their skin. And then the third step is understanding our client's skin and seeing, can we make a change in the skin? Not only for us, the professional, but also for the client, teaching them how to read their own skin. Because the bottom line is, the skin is going to change. As life takes hold, as we age, skin changes with that. It is a reflection of everything within us and around us. So our goal as professionals is to be able to guide our clients and teach them how they can maintain and keep the skin, the organ, healthy. At this point, we're able then to prescribe and say, okay, Carrie, this is what we found. This is what I understand now. This is what you understand. And this is the direction that would be best for you to achieve the skin wellness goals we discussed earlier. So once again, let's take a close look. Look underneath the eye. Take it in sections. Here, underneath the eye, around the cheek, the mouth, the fullness of the eye, the nostril, and the lips. Let's look here, around the jowls. Let's look here. And we'll do the profile one more time here. Study all of this. Look at the color of the skin, the texture of the skin. Look at where there is a heaviness. Although she has pink in here, you can see it's not the same as that healthy glow. Let's look at the line, the pore structure underneath. Let's take the side we tested. Thank you. Let's look at the pores. We tighten those. The line is lessened, and this cheekbone, just again, just beautiful, that youthfulness coming back, where so many times we begin to lose that, not realizing that it's not natural. And so when we can do this just in a few short minutes to make this significant change in the skin, first of all, we're going to have a happy client. Second of all, we know that we can improve the health of skin. So once again, after you've done the skin analysis testing, you're able to really guide your client, and that's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, because that's what we do, is we take the pieces, we take the information, we put it together for the client, and then we're able to give them an informed answer of how to improve skin.